Hi guys, this is Mark. We are about to start learning about the backend list database APIs, and for this we will need some simple data to work with. I have prepared a simple schema and a simple database data that we have published. The description for this video includes a link where you can download the simple data, and in this video I will walk you through the steps that you need to perform to import that data into your backend list database. And by doing so, you will learn a little bit about the actual data import process. We will not go into all the details of the data import because there are quite a few things that you need to know. We will be covering that a little later in this database course. So to start, once you are in Backend List Console, and I assume you have already logged in and created your application, what you will need to do is click on the Manage icon, located right here, and then navigate to the Import section. And I also assume that you have downloaded the zip file that is referenced in the description for this video. So once you have that file on your computer and you are on the import screen, click this Browse button. And this Browse button expects that you will select a zip file that contains multiple files, each containing data for a corresponding data table. By the way, if you want to import a single file, which would be in the CSV format, you would use this button. But don't do that for the individual files in the zip. Don't extract it zip, just use it as is, as you downloaded it from our website. So click Browse and select this zip file. It is called customers and orders.zip. Click Open, and then just click Import, and that will start the import process. The import process will take about a minute. You will be getting quite a bit of data. It's going to be in the tens of thousands of records, which is good because as a part of these lectures, we also want to see how well the backend list database performs when you're retrieving a lot of data or performing some more advanced functions such as aggregation, filtering, and so on. To see the process of import, if you go into the Files section, and in here you will see the import directory, navigate into it, you will see this log file that will be updated throughout the import process. So what you can do is click this pencil icon, and you will see that these are the log entries. Right now the right now the import is still happening because the final line will actually say that the import has finished. But here, just by looking at this, you will see that here we imported 2,500 records into the customer table, and then I saw a line that said imported 18,000 with 18,760 records into the order table. And let's close it and open it again. By the way, yeah, so it import finished, and so all of the records were imported. Let's take a look at what you got as a result of this import. So by the way, just to make sure that it was very clear that you want to see that this import finished line has showed up. Let's take a look how long it actually took. So it started, and these are the times in UTC, in the UTC 0 time zone. So it started at 20:46:04 and it finished at 20:46:54. So it took 50 seconds to import that much data, and there is quite a bit of data in there. So now if we go back, oh, by the way, so if you open it up and you don't see that import finished, right now there is no refresh button. So what you need to do is close and then click the pencil icon again to reopen and see that file. Or what you can do is get this link, okay, and then open it up in the browser, and then you can just use the browser refresh to kind of see what's going on with the actual file. Okay, so enough of this. Now, how do you see the data? Well, of course, it's going to be in the backend list database. So if you go to the data section, you will see 4 tables: customer, order, product, and review. The way the schema is structured is the product contains a list of products. There's going to be 200 products in that table. Then customer has 2,500 records, and then there are 2,500 customers. Order will have, let's take a look, 18,760 records, and order references customer and product. And what you see here are relations. I know we haven't discussed relations just yet. We will be getting to it, and then this will be perfect schema to actually learn about relations. And that's what really makes the backendless database super, super powerful. And then the review table contains a little over 1,000 records, and it also references a product and has a bunch of different properties. So to understand that schema, there is a new feature that I'm going to quickly review here, and there is going to be a separate video on that. If you go to Schema and select Visual Modeler, and in here select All Tables, then you will be able to see the actual schema of your database in its entirety. Okay, so right here, I'm just moving some tables around so to make it look a little prettier and easier to understand. So right here you see that we have table product, and then table product has a related table review, and then the order table sits kind of between customer and product. So because order references customer and references the product. I'm really getting ahead of myself because we haven't even I haven't even mentioned relations, but you already see the power of relations because it ties all the tables together. So that's what you got as a result of this import, and that's what we will be working with. If some things are not clear as far as relations, don't worry. We will be reviewing them in detail, so you will have a very good idea what relations are and how to work with them. So once the data is there, something else that I want to mention, to study the APIs, we will be using UI Builder because it makes it so much, it makes it easier to understand visually what the data is, what the API calls are, how the API calls are structured, so that will be obvious. In UI Builder, to access UI Builder, you go to the front end section, and we will be doing it throughout this course. And for many lectures, I will be instructing you to create a new page from a template that is published. So whenever I mention this, and I'd like to discuss it once just so you understand what the actual process is, but whenever I say create a page from such and such template, what that means is that you will, once you are here, you will move the mouse over this area where it says editing page, and you will click new page. Okay, this will open up, and in here you already see there is a template for lecture 15, which is basic data retrieval, and I will specify which template you will need to use. So select this, assign a name to this page, and you can call it basic data retrieval, and click create. That will create a page that has all the logic that we will need, and that's what we will be using in any given lecture. So now you can actually play with it now if you'd like, but or you can wait till we get to a specific lecture where we discuss data retrieval or sorting or whatever. In there, I will be pointing out which template you will need to use. That's all for now. So this was a video more about the setup that we will need both on the data side and creating a page to practice whatever topic that we will be discussing. Thank you for watching this video, and as always, happy coding.